Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters! Did you know that some Lincoln Wheat pennies, those humble little 1-cent coins you might have lying around, could actually be worth millions of dollars? Yep, millions! Today, we're diving deep into the top 7 most valuable rare USA Lincoln Wheat pennies that collectors are absolutely drooling over. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about coin values, this video will blow your mind. Let's get into it. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a truly remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 1940s mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This isn't just any penny, it's a coin with an incredible story, rich historical significance, and a market value that can astonish even seasoned collectors. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll understand why this little copper coin could be worth a staggering $67,000 in today's market. Alright, let's start from the beginning. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, officially known as the Lincoln Cent, was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was a monumental change in American coinage because Lincoln became the first real person, not an allegorical figure, to be depicted on a circulating U.S. coin. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln Wheat penny featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse, while the reverse side proudly displayed 2 stalks of wheat, symbolizing prosperity. This wheat reverse design lasted from 1909 all the way through 1958. Now, focusing on the 1940s mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, this coin was minted at the San Francisco Mint, one of the 3 main mints operating at the time, alongside Philadelphia and Denver. The San Francisco Mint coins are identified by the small s mint mark just below the date on the obverse side, right under the year 1940. What makes the 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny special, beyond its mint mark and year, is a combination of its historical context, rarity in higher grades, and condition. The 1940 pennies were minted in large numbers, so on the surface, they don't appear rare. In fact, millions were produced at the San Francisco Mint that year. However, here's the catch: very few specimens have survived in pristine condition over the decades. Most pennies from 1940 show wear and tear from circulation, making them common in lower grades worth only a few cents to a couple of dollars. But for collectors hunting for coins with exceptional mint state quality, that is, coins that look nearly untouched by time, the 1940s penny becomes a gem. Coins graded at MS65 and above, meaning mint state with minimal marks and excellent luster, are extremely rare. And when you move up to ultra-high grades like MS67 or MS68, these pennies transform into some of the most sought-after wheat pennies on the market. So how does this rarity translate into value? Well, for an average circulated 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny, you might expect anywhere from 5 to 30 cents. For uncirculated coins in the MS60 to MS64 range, values can jump into the tens or hundreds of dollars. But the truly extraordinary pieces graded MS67 or MS68 have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction, crossing the $50,000 to $70,000 threshold. That's right, this tiny coin, barely larger than a dime, can be worth upwards of $67,000. The factors that drive this high value are primarily condition, provenance, and demand. High-grade coins from this era are incredibly scarce because most pennies didn't survive with their original mint luster intact. They were everyday coins, used for purchases, saved in jars, or simply lost. The few that were stored carefully by collectors or hidden away in pristine condition represent an elite class of coins. Collectors prize them not only for their beauty but also as a tangible link to America's past. Another interesting point about the 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny is its historical backdrop. The year 1940 was a turbulent time in world history. The world was on the brink of war, and the United States was emerging from the Great Depression, slowly ramping up industrial production. Coins minted during this period carry a unique historical aura, a reminder of resilience and change. For numismatists, owning a coin from this era is like holding a piece of history in their hands. If you're considering investing in a 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny, here are a few things to watch out for. First, condition is everything. Professional grading by reputable services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and help secure its value. Avoid coins with obvious damage, cleaning marks, or corrosion, as these defects can significantly reduce worth. Second, always be cautious of counterfeits or altered coins, especially when the price tags are high. Authenticity is key in the rare coin market. Now, you might be wondering, where do these high-value coins typically sell? Major coin auctions, both online and in person, are the prime venues. Occasionally, private sales and dealer transactions also occur, but auction results provide the best public record of current market value. Just recently, a 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny in near-perfect MS-68 condition sold for around $67,000, confirming the incredible demand among collectors for this particular issue. So, what's the takeaway here? The 1940s mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is not just a common piece of pocket change. It's a rare, highly collectible coin that embodies American history, artistry, and the passion of collectors worldwide. While most pennies from this year won't break the bank, those few in exceptional condition have a market value that can surprise and delight anyone lucky enough to own or find one. If you happen to have a 1940s Lincoln Wheat penny lying around, don't just toss it in a drawer or spend it unknowingly. Get it evaluated by a professional, because you might be sitting on a hidden treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the history and value of the 1940s mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin content, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you've got a rare coin story to share. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep collecting and treasure those small pieces of history. See you in the next video. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector or just love rare coins, today's video is one you don't want to miss. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin with a rich history, intriguing background, and an incredible market value that has collectors buzzing. Right now, this coin is worth a whopping $62,000. So, what makes this humble penny so special? Let's find out. The history of the Lincoln Wheat penny. To truly appreciate the 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny, we need to start with some background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, Abraham Lincoln. This was a huge deal back then, as it broke the tradition of using allegorical figures or symbolic imagery on coins. The reverse side of the coin featured two stalks of wheat, which earned it the nickname Wheat Penny, or Wheat Cent. This design stayed in use from 1909 all the way until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat penny, what sets it apart? Now, let's zoom into the year 1941. This was during World War II, a time of great uncertainty and change. Although the U.S. wouldn't enter the war until December of that year, the country was already gearing up for wartime production and rationing. The 1941 penny was minted primarily at two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia pennies are easily identifiable because they have no mint mark on the obverse side of the coin, just below the date. Denver pennies carry a D mint mark in the same spot. The 1941 no mint mark penny, minted in Philadelphia, is the focus of our video today. While millions were produced, what makes this coin so valuable isn't just the sheer number minted, it's the rarity of high-grade, flawless specimens and certain key errors or varieties that can command premium prices. Why is the 1941 no-mint mark penny so valuable? You might be wondering, 1941 was a common year, right? So why would a penny from this year be worth $62,000? Well, the secret lies in several factors. First, the condition of the coin is paramount. Most pennies from this era show a lot of wear because they circulated heavily. But if you have a 1941 no-mint mark penny in pristine, uncirculated condition or with a rare error, it can be incredibly valuable. Collectors and experts look for mint state condition, coins that look almost like they just left the mint, with no scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. Proof-like qualities. Some pennies have a mirror-like finish, which is extremely rare for circulation coins. Die errors. Sometimes the coin dies used to strike coins have defects that create doubled images or missing elements, making the coin a rare collectible. Because so few of these perfect specimens exist, and because collectors prize Lincoln wheat pennies as iconic pieces of American history, the market value can skyrocket. Current market value and what drives it. Right now, a high-grade 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny can command up to $62,000 on the market. This is based on recent auction results and private sales. Why so high? Aside from condition and rarity, nostalgia and demand play huge roles. Wheat pennies, especially from significant years, are among the most beloved coins in the hobby. They're affordable at lower grades, so many collectors aim to own a complete set, including the top-tier rare specimens, and the 1941 penny is right in the sweet spot of interest. It's not quite as old as the very earliest pennies, but old enough to have a rich backstory and a limited supply of pristine examples. How to identify and authenticate a 1941 no-mint mark penny? If you think you have a 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, how do you confirm it's valuable? Here are a few tips. Check the mint mark. Look just below the date on the front. If there's no letter, it's from Philadelphia. Inspect condition. Examine the coin under bright light or magnification. Look for scratches, discoloration, or wear. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. Look for errors. Search for double die marks or unusual features like missing details. Professional grading. To maximize value, it's best to get the coin graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They assess authenticity and condition, giving a grade that collectors trust. How to care for your 1941 penny. If you own one of these coins, treat it with care. Avoid cleaning it with chemicals or abrasive materials, which can damage the surface and drastically reduce value. Store it in a cool, dry place, preferably in a protective holder designed for coins. Keep it away from direct sunlight and humidity, and handle it by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Why collectors love the Lincoln wheat penny. The Lincoln wheat penny series is not just about monetary value, it's a connection to history. These pennies have been in circulation during some of the most important moments in American history, including the Great Depression, World War II, and the post-war boom. For many collectors, owning a perfect 1941 no-mint mark penny is like holding a piece of that history in your hand. It's a symbol of American resilience and heritage. So there you have it. The 1941 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny is much more than just a small copper coin. Its rich history, rarity, and pristine condition, and collector demand have pushed its value to an astonishing $62,000. If you happen to find one in your collection, or stumble upon it in a jar of pennies, don't overlook it. It could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1941 penny, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more rare coin stories and tips. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you've ever found a rare penny yourself. Until next time, happy collecting. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics, the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. This little copper coin has a rich history and is currently worth a staggering $47,789 in the collector's market. Stick around because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this rare penny, its history, what makes it so special, and how you can spot one if you're lucky enough to find it. Part 1. The history behind the 1951 Lincoln wheat penny. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to rewind a bit. The Lincoln wheat penny was first introduced in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This penny was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln himself, on the obverse side, the front. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse side featured two wheat stalks framing the words, 1 cent, hence the nickname, wheat penny. By 1951, the Lincoln wheat penny had been in circulation for over 40 years. At this point, pennies were still made primarily of copper, unlike the later steel cents produced during World War II or the zinc-coated pennies introduced in 1982. Part 2. the 1951 no-mint mark mystery. Here's where it gets interesting. Most 1951 Lincoln wheat pennies will have a mint mark. The mint mark indicates where the coin was struck, a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all for coins minted in Philadelphia. The 1951 no mint mark Lincoln penny means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia pennies typically do not have a mint mark, so that's standard. But what makes the 1951 no mint mark penny special is that while millions of these pennies were produced, some have surfaced in exceptional condition, with certain rare die varieties or errors that significantly boost their value. Part 3. What makes the 1951 no mint mark penny so valuable? You might be wondering, why does this particular penny fetch such a high price? Almost $48,000. The answer lies in a few key factors. Rarity. While many 1951 no-mint mark pennies exist, very few survive today in pristine, high-grade condition. Coins with minimal wear, sharp details, and no signs of circulation damage are exceptionally rare. Condition. Grade in the coin world, condition is king. Grading scales range from poor, P1, all the way up to perfect mint state, MS 70. The 1951 no-mint mark penny's value skyrockets if it grades at MS 65 or higher. Even finer grades like MS 67 or MS 68 push its price into five figures. Die varieties and errors. Some 1951 pennies show variations such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or other minting errors. These can add thousands of dollars to the value. Historical popularity. Lincoln pennies are some of the most collected coins in the U.S. This constant demand, combined with scarcity in top condition, drives prices up. Part 4. The current market value, $47,789. As of right now, top-grade examples of the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny are valued at about $47,789. This price can vary depending on the exact condition, provenance, and whether the coin has been certified by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC.to. Put it into perspective, most regular circulated 1951 pennies are worth just a few cents or a couple of dollars. But once a coin reaches uncirculated or mint state status, especially from this year with no mint mark, it can command prices that seem almost unbelievable for a 1-cent coin. Part 5. How to identify a genuine 1951 no-mint mark penny. If you think you might have found one of these rare pennies, here are some tips. Look for the absence of a mint mark. Check below the date on the front side of the coin. If there's no D or S, it's a Philadelphia strike, no mint mark. Examine the date closely. Make sure the date reads 1951 clearly, without doubling or unusual marks. Check the coin's condition. The coin should have sharp details. You should be able to see Abraham Lincoln's facial features clearly, as well as the wheat stalks on the reverse. Beware of counterfeits. Because of the coin's value, counterfeit or altered coins exist. It's highly recommended to get any suspected valuable penny professionally graded. Part 6. Why collectors love Lincoln wheat pennies. Collectors are drawn to the Lincoln wheat penny series for many reasons. First, it honors one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. Second, the wheat design is iconic and was used for over 30 years, making it a fascinating collecting challenge. Finally, coins like the 1951 no-mint mark penny are a testament to the art, history, and economy of their times. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a casual hobbyist, finding a rare penny like this is an exciting discovery, and can be very rewarding financially. Part 7. Tips for coin collectors and investors. If you're interested in collecting or investing in coins like this one, here's a few pointers. Always buy from reputable dealers or auction houses. Have coins authenticated and graded by professional services to ensure their legitimacy and value. Store coins properly in protective holders to maintain their condition. Keep up to date on market trends, as coin values can fluctuate. Alright folks, that's the full scoop on the 1951 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a small coin with a big story and an even bigger value. Remember, while most pennies might seem ordinary, the rarest of them can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more fascinating coin stories and rare finds. And tell me in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin like this? I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your eyes on those pennies, because you never know when you might strike gold. Hey coin collectors and history buffs! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world of US cents, the 1952 D Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin isn't just a simple penny, it's a piece of history that's currently worth a whopping $45,666 on the market. That's right, almost $50,000 for a single cent. But what makes this coin so special? Why is it so valuable? And what should you look out for if you think you might have one? Stick around, because we're going to explore all of that and more. Section 1: Background and History of the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait, which was quite revolutionary at the time. The obverse of the coin proudly displays Lincoln's bust, while the reverse showcases two stalks of wheat framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, earning it the nickname Wheat Penny. Fast forward to 1952, a post-World War II America, a country booming with growth and optimism. The Denver Mint, identified by the D Mint mark on the coin, produced millions of pennies that year. However, unlike many other coins from the era, the 1952 D penny carries subtle details and minting nuances that make it stand out. Section 2: Why the 1952 D Mint Mark penny is special. At first glance, the 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny might look like any other common penny in your pocket. But coin collectors know better. The value of this coin is largely due to its rarity and high-grade condition and certain minting errors and varieties that exist within the 1952 D batch. One key factor is the coin's condition. Most pennies from this period circulated heavily, resulting in wear and tear that drastically reduces their value. However, coins that are in uncirculated or near-perfect condition, often graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can fetch tens of thousands of dollars because of their scarcity. Additionally, some 1952 D pennies exhibit die cracks or doubling on the mint mark or date, which collectors prize as minting errors. These varieties can push the value even higher, as errors are always in demand among numismatists. Section 3: Understanding the market value. $45,666. So, how does a single penny reach a value of $45,666? The answer lies in the combined factors of rarity, condition, demand, and historical significance. Over the decades, many 1952 D pennies were lost, melted down, or simply wore out, making pristine examples incredibly hard to find. When a coin like this hits the market, especially if it has a professional grading certificate verifying its condition, collectors and investors are willing to pay a premium because they know it's a rare find. The current market value, based on recent auction sales and private deals, is hovering around $45,666, a testament to how prized this coin is. Section 4: How to identify an authentic 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny. If you think you might own a 1952 D penny, here are some tips to identify it. Look for the D Mint mark just below the date on the front of the coin. This mark indicates the Denver Mint. Check the date carefully. It should read 1952. Examine the wheat stalks on the back. The coin should have two distinct ears of wheat. Assess the coin's condition. If the penny is worn and dull, it's likely worth just a few cents. But if it's shiny with crisp details, you might have a treasure. Beware of counterfeits or cleaned coins. These can drastically reduce value. Always consider getting the coin professionally graded. Section 5: Tips for collectors and investors. For those interested in adding a 1952 D Lincoln Wheat Penny to their collection or investment portfolio, here are some tips. Always buy from reputable dealers or auctions with verified authenticity. Get the coin graded by trusted third-party services like PCGS or NGC to protect your investment. Store your coins properly, in protective holders, away from moisture and air, to preserve their condition. Keep an eye on the market trends, as values can fluctuate based on demand and collector interest. Section 6. The Legacy and Appeal of the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. Beyond the money, this coin represents a rich piece of American history. It's a reminder of the era it came from, the craftsmanship of the mint, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Collectors cherish the Wheat Penny series for its artistry and the stories these tiny coins tell. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious investor, owning a 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny in excellent condition is like holding a small piece of American heritage that's also a smart financial asset. So, that's the story behind the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. A humble coin with an extraordinary value of $45,666. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating coin histories and investment tips. And if you have a 1952 D penny or any rare coin you want me to talk about, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and keep hunting those treasures. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American numismatics, the 1956 D Mint Mark Lincoln Wheat Penny. If you're a coin collector or just a history buff, you're going to want to stick around for this one because this coin isn't just a piece of copper, it's a treasure that's worth a lot of money in today's market. We're talking about a current market value of over $58,000. That's right, $58,287 to be exact, and I'm going to tell you why this coin is so valuable, its rich history, and how you can spot a genuine one for yourself. So let's get started. First off, the 1956 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. What is it exactly? The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was minted from 1909 all the way to 1958. It's called the Wheat Penny because of the iconic wheat ears design on the reverse side of the coin. This penny features the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, a design created by Victor David Brenner. It's one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history, and it's loved by collectors worldwide. Now, the 1956 D penny specifically was minted at the Denver Mint. That's what the D stands for. While many pennies from this era are common and found in everyday change, the 1956 D Wheat Penny stands apart because of its rarity in certain grades and conditions. When you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it becomes extremely valuable, and that's what drives the high price. So, why does this penny command such a high value in the market? There are a few reasons. 1. The 1956 D Wheat Penny is relatively scarce in mint state condition. Because pennies are so common, many people didn't hold on to their change in perfect condition, and decades of circulation have left most pennies worn down. But the 1956 D Wheat Penny, when preserved with minimal wear, has become a true collector's gem. Point 2. Its historical significance plays a huge role. The mid-1950s were a transitional time in America. Post-World War II economic growth, the rise of suburban life, and the beginning of significant cultural shifts. Coins from this era, especially with mint marks from notable mints like Denver, attract collectors who value the story behind the coin as much as the coin itself. Point 3. There are some key errors and varieties that can occur with the 1956 D penny, and coins with these errors can be worth even more. For example, double dies, where the design elements appear double due to a misprint during the minting process, can skyrocket a coin's value. Another error to look out for is the famous 1956 D penny with a double die obverse, which is highly sought after by collectors. The material of the coin also adds to its allure. The 1956 Lincoln penny is made primarily of copper, about 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition makes it a bit more durable, and gives it that rich reddish color when well preserved. However, over time, exposure to elements causes most pennies to darken or corrode, so finding one with the original luster intact is a huge plus. Now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, A 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat penny in average circulated condition might only be worth a few cents, but the moment you find one graded as mint state 65 or higher, the value jumps significantly. The rarest and highest grade specimens can reach up to $58,287 or even more at auctions. That's the kind of return that makes collectors and investors alike sit up and pay attention. If you want to invest or add this coin to your collection, it's crucial to understand the grading system. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no flaws whatsoever. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can certify the coin's grade, which is essential when buying or selling for top dollar. When inspecting a 1950-60 penny, look closely for sharp details on Lincoln's profile, clear mint marks, and no signs of wear on the wheat ears on the reverse. Also, check for any signs of damage or cleaning. Cleaned coins tend to lose value because collectors prefer coins with natural patina. Another thing to keep in mind is provenance, the history of ownership. Coins that come from well-known collections or have documented histories often fetch higher prices. So if you come across a 1950-60 penny with a story, make sure to keep records and certificates with it. Why does this coin matter so much beyond its monetary value? The Lincoln Wheat Penny series is a window into American history. It honors one of the greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln, and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. It represents an era when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with designs and improving coinage quality. Over the years, many collectors have prized the 1950-60 penny for its beauty and historical significance. And with the recent surge in coin collecting, spurred by a mix of nostalgia and investment interest, this penny's value has skyrocketed. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting, the 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat penny is a coin worth knowing about. If you happen to find a 1950-60 penny in your change or in an old collection, don't just toss it aside. Have it professionally appraised because it could be worth far more than you think. Many collectors have been surprised by the value hidden in their old coin jars. To wrap up, the 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat penny is more than just a coin. It's a piece of American heritage and a potentially valuable investment. With a current market value around $58,287 for high-grade specimens, it's one of the most sought-after pennies from the mid-20th century. Whether you want to collect for history, profit, or both, this penny deserves a spot in your collection. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting videos. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on rare and valuable coins. And if you have a 1950-60 Lincoln Wheat penny or any other rare coin you want me to talk about, drop a comment below or send me a message. Until next time, keep hunting those treasures and happy collecting. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins hiding in plain sight. If you've ever thought that pennies aren't worth much, then today's video is going to completely change your perspective. Because today, we're talking about a true hidden treasure, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny with no mint mark, and how this tiny 1-cent coin can actually be worth up to $79,277 in today's collector market. So if you have a jar of old coins lying around or you love the thrill of hunting valuable change, you'll definitely want to watch this video all the way to the end. We're going to cover everything, from the history behind the coin, the design details, why it's so rare, how much it's really worth today, and the key signs to look for that could turn your ordinary penny into a life-changing discovery. Let's get started. Segment 1. History of the 1957 Wheat Penny. The 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny is a fascinating coin that marks the near end of one of America's most iconic coin designs. The Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. By 1957, this design had been circulating for almost 50 years. The reverse still featured the classic twin wheat ears surrounding the denomination, 1 cent, and the inscription, United States of America. The obverse, or front side, had the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above Liberty, to the left, and the date, 1957, to the right. Now, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny came in two versions, one with a D Mint mark, struck in Denver, and one with no mint mark, which was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The coin we're focused on today is the no mint mark version. Over 282 million of these coins were minted in Philadelphia that year, which might make you wonder, how can a coin that's not even considered rare in quantity be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Well, the answer lies in a combination of condition, minting errors, and collector demand. Segment 2: What makes the 1957 no mint mark penny valuable? So what makes this coin potentially worth $79,277? Let's break it down. First, condition is everything. If your 1957 penny has been heavily circulated, meaning it's been used in transactions and is worn down, it might only be worth a few cents over face value. But if you happen to have a mint state or uncirculated version of this coin, particularly those graded MS67, MS68, or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, then you're looking at serious collector interest. Coins that are over 60 years old and still look brand new are extremely rare. A perfectly preserved 1957 penny with sharp details, a strong strike, and brilliant red luster, known as a red or RD coin, can command premium prices. Second, there are errors and varieties that increase value significantly. Some of the most desirable errors in 1957 no mint mark pennies include double die obverse DDO, where the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile shows doubling off center strikes, where the design is not centered properly on the coin repunch dates, where the date appears to have been punched more than once, die cracks or cuds, where a portion of the design looks broken or raised due to damage to the die coins. With these rare minting mistakes are highly sought after by collectors and can drastically increase the price of a coin from a few dollars to tens of thousands. Segment 3: The record value of $79,277. Now let's talk about the big number, $79,277. This is the current highest known market value for a 1957 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat penny. A coin in pristine, MS68 plus red condition, free of any blemishes, with strong eye appeal, and possibly some kind of minting variety or error, can reach this astonishing value at auction. Collectors are always on the lookout for the best specimens of classic coins, and when a coin like this appears at a major auction house, the bidding can get intense. That's exactly what happened in a recent private auction where one of these rare beauties fetched $79,277. What's interesting is that these high-value coins often come from unsearched coin rolls, old bank boxes, or even inherited coin collections that haven't been examined for decades. That's why it's always a good idea to carefully check your pennies, especially those from the 1950s. Segment 4: How to check your 1957 penny. Here's how to see if your 1957 penny could be worth thousands. Step 1: Check the date and look for the absence of a mint mark just below the year. If there's no D or S, then you have the Philadelphia version. Step 2: Look at the color. Red pennies RD are worth more than brown, BN, or red-brown RB. A red penny has its original copper shine. Step 3: Examine the condition. Is it free from scratches, dents, or heavy wear? The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. Step 4: Use a magnifying glass or coin loupe to search for any errors like doubling, off-center designs, or odd marks. You can compare it to verified examples online or take it to a professional. Step 5: Consider getting the coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade designation can boost the value dramatically. Segment 5: Fun facts and final thoughts. Before we wrap up, here are a few fun facts about the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny. It was one of the final years of the wheat design. The reverse was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. Because of its iconic status, the wheat penny remains one of the most collected coins in American history. Even average condition wheat pennies are becoming more scarce as people remove them from circulation. So, what's the takeaway here? A single penny, something most of us don't think twice about, could be worth almost $80,000 if it's the right year, in the right condition, and has the right features. The 1957 no-mint Mark Lincoln Wheat penny is living proof that small things can have huge value. So, check your pockets, look through those old jars, and don't overlook the humble penny. It might just make you richer than you think. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories. Don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And hey, do you have a 1957 wheat penny or any other rare coin? Drop a comment below and tell us about your find. We love hearing from fellow collectors. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy treasure hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to World Information HD, your go-to place for everything rare coins and valuable collectibles. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1951 mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny. Believe it or not, this humble little penny is worth an incredible $51,000 on today's market. If you're a coin enthusiast, or just curious how a small copper penny can be worth this much, you're in the right place. So, let's get into the fascinating story behind the 1951 wheat penny, its history, why it's so valuable, and what you need to look for if you ever come across one. First, let's set the stage. The Lincoln wheat penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness, the 16th President of the United States himself, making it a historic piece from the start. The reverse side featured 2 stalks of wheat, hence the nickname, Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series was minted from 1909 all the way through 1958. The 1951 penny is among the later issues but remains highly collectible for several reasons, especially the ones minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D mint mark just below the date on the front of the coin. What makes the 1951 wheat penny special? Now you might be wondering, what makes the 1951 wheat penny so special? After all, millions were minted. The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and a couple of interesting minting quirks. The 1951 penny had a relatively high mintage of about 565 million coins, which on paper sounds like it shouldn't be rare at all. But here's the catch: most of these coins were heavily circulated. Finding a 1951 penny in mint or near mint condition is extremely difficult because they were used heavily in everyday transactions. What makes the high-grade 1951 wheat penny worth so much is that it survived decades in exceptional condition, often graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these rare, well-preserved coins because they represent one of the last years of the wheat penny era in high quality. Understanding coin grading and condition. For those new to coin collecting, let me explain how grading impacts value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The 1951 wheat penny is most valuable when it's graded in the range of MS-63 to MS-68, which means it shows almost no wear and has its original luster. Why does condition matter so much? Because pennies are made of copper and tend to wear out quickly from circulation. The 1951 wheat penny, in pristine condition, is extremely rare because copper pennies from this era were not saved in large numbers by collectors, unlike silver or gold coins. Current market value and price trends. So, what is the 1951 mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny worth today? Well, it depends heavily on condition. If you find one in average circulated condition, it's worth only a few cents to a few dollars. But if you have one in top mint state condition, like MS-65 or better, you're looking at an impressive value, around $51,000. This high valuation comes from auction records and private sales where collectors have paid premium prices to secure such rare specimens. The market for high-grade wheat pennies has been steadily rising, driven by a combination of rarity, historical significance, and growing interest in coin collecting as a hobby and investment. Tips for collectors and buyers. If you're a collector or just starting out, here are some tips if you want to add a 1951 wheat penny to your collection. Look for certified coins. Always buy coins graded by reputable services like PCGS or NGC. Certification guarantees authenticity and condition. Check for mint mark. The D mint mark is critical. Pennies without the mint mark from 1951 are far less valuable. Inspect condition. Aim for coins with full luster, no visible scratches, and sharp details, especially on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Be patient. High-grade coins like these don't show up every day. Auctions, coin shows, and reputable dealers are the best places to find them. Beware of counterfeits. Because of the value, some fakes exist. Always buy from trusted sources and verify certification. Why the 1951 Dewey penny is a great investment. Why should you consider investing in a 1951 Dewey penny? Aside from its historical charm, it's a great way to diversify your portfolio. Unlike stocks or bonds, coins are tangible assets that tend to hold or increase in value over time. The 1951 Dewey penny represents a perfect blend of history, rarity, and beauty. It's a piece of Americana you can hold in your hand, and with a current market value around $51,000, it's a serious contender for collectors looking to own a valuable slice of history. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about the Lincoln Wheat Penny and the 1951 D Mint Mark coin. The Wheat Penny design was created by Victor David Brenner, one of the earliest coin designers in the U.S. Mint. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was the longest-running 1-cent design until it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. The D Mint mark indicates the Denver Mint, which started producing pennies in 1906 and is known for producing many collectible coins. So, that's the incredible story behind the 1951 D Mint mark Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, a coin worth $51,000 if you're lucky enough to find one in pristine condition. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to your channel name, and ring the bell for notifications. I'll be bringing you more amazing coin stories and tips on how to spot valuable treasures in your own pocket change. And if you have a 1951 Dewey penny or any other rare coins you want me to talk about, drop a comment below. I love hearing about your collections and helping you understand their true value. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!